This is Chapter 2, Section 3 notes. So today we're going to do multi-step equations, which is either combining like terms or using the distributive property to solve. So this first question says, what is the solution of 5 equals 5m minus 3 plus 2m? You'll notice on this side of the equation you have 5m and a positive 2m. So those can actually be combined. So I'm going to rewrite the equation. 5 equals 7m minus 23. Now this should look familiar from yesterday because it's just a two-step equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 23 to both sides. So I should get 28 equals 7m. Now to get rid of the 7 times m, I have to divide each side by 7. So 28 divided by 7 will give me m equals 4. Problem number 2 says Martha takes her niece and nephew to a concert. She buys t-shirts, a bumper sticker for them. The bumper sticker costs $1. Martha wants 1 shirt and 4 bumper stickers. Her nephew wants 2 shirts but no bumper stickers. Martha's total is $67. What is the cost of 1 shirt? So what you do is you kind of pull out information. So a bumper sticker costs $1. Okay, and then I go through and I say her niece wants 1 shirt, so 1S, plus 4 bumper stickers, 4B, equals 2S, because her nephew wants 2 shirts, but no bumper stickers. And she spent $67. Now I can combine some like terms. 1S and 2S gives me 3S, so 3S plus 4B I know is 1, so I plug 1 in. Equals 67. So 4 times 1, because order of operations says I have to do the multiplication first, is 4. So I get 3s plus 4 equals 67. Then subtract 4 from both sides. So I'll get 3s equals 63. And then divide by 3 on both sides. I'll get 1 shirt should equal $21. Problem number 3. These problems I'm going to be using the distributive property. So I'm going to take that -8 and I'm going to distribute it into the 2x and the -1 or -1, and that all should equal 36. So when I distribute, I'm going to multiply. So -8 times 2x gives me -16x. -8 times -1 gives me a +8. And again, it still equals 36. Now it's a two-step equation. So I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So I get -16x equals 28. And then to get rid of the -16, that's with the x, I'm going to divide each side by -16. So x should equal, well, -28 divided by 16 gives me a decimal, -1.75. And decimals are fine. I didn't start with a fraction, so I don't have to leave it as a fraction. I can have those decimals. Okay. Problem number 4. Solving an equation that contains fractions. So it's asking, what is the solution of 3x over 4 minus x over 3 equals 10? Now, because these are both fractions and you're adding or subtracting, you're going to want to get a common denominator. So to do this, I'm going to multiply this first fraction by the bottom of this fraction. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3. And then I'm going to multiply this fraction by the bottom of the other fraction, so by 4. So 3 times 3x will give me 9x over 12. And then x times 4 will give me 4x over that same 12. And it still all equals 10. So now that I have common denominators, I can subtract 9x minus 4x should give me 5 x's. Oops. So let's go over here. So 5x over 12 should equal 10. Now this is a two-step problem. So I want to get rid of the fraction first, so I'm going to multiply each side by 12. So I get 5x equals 120. Now, to get the x by itself, I just divide by 5 on both sides. So that crosses out to leave me with x equals 24, because 120 divided by 5 is 24. Problem number 5 is a decimal problem. So it says, what is the solution of 3.5 minus 0.02x equals 1.24? So these are just like any old kind of numbers. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 3.5 from both sides. So minus 3.5 minus 3.5. Those cancel out. They leave me with negative 0.02x equals negative 2.26. So now I just need to divide each side by the negative 0.2 or 0.02. Okay, these negatives I see are going to cancel. This whole thing's going to cancel to just leave me with x. So x equals 113. I used my calculator to do that. That's fine to do with decimals. If you have questions on how I got that, please, please, please let me know. I would like you to pause the video at this time to complete the guided practice section. Okay, so hopefully you're done with the guided practice problems. Here are my work I'm going to kind of talk you through. So this first one, I combined my like terms, negative 2y and 5y, to give me 3y plus 5 equals 14. Subtracted 5 from both sides. I got 3y equals 9. Then I divided each by 3 to get y equals 3. This next problem, I had to distribute in this 3 first of all. So I got 18 equals 6x minus 18. Then I had to add 18 to both sides. So I got 36 equals 6x. Then my final step was to divide by 6 on both sides. So I get 6 equals x. This last one was another fraction. So I had to get common denominator. So I multiplied this one by 6 and this fraction by 3. So I got a common denominator of 18. So 1/9, I kept that one the same, equals 15, 3 times 5, over 18 minus 6m over 18. Now, because these weren't like terms I couldn't actually subtract. So the first thing I did was multiply each side by 18. And that gave me 2 equals 15 minus 6m. Got rid of the fraction, which is great. Then I subtracted 15. So I get negative 13 equals negative 6m. Divide each side by negative 6. And the two negatives actually canceled out to get m equals 13 over 6.